welcome back to the Junius Maltby channel. Thanks for joining me amidst these times of American exceptionalism, American pride and arrogance, where we find ourselves immune to the laws of economic forces and the laws of reality, where we can do as we wish because we are America. Yeah, I sound sarcastic, don't I? Just a little bit. It looks like Biden is requesting another $3 to $4 trillion. We discussed that last night. I'm not going to go into that bill, that request. At this point, it's laughable. It's trillion here, it's trillion there, all with the excuse that these are emergent times, the new normal. We have to do this to save everything. It's imperative that we act, lest we do nothing. We've heard it all before. Governments always use those same excuses. I think it's a script that comes out of like government mismanagement of the economy 101. It's happened time and time again. 3,000 currencies have gone extinct, hundreds in the last century alone. And every single time, these currencies are devalued and debased for very similar reasons. The money supplies are increased. Lies are told by the governments. Oh, it's not as bad as you think. Inflation's not coming. Don't worry. We have everything under control. Oh, just wait. We can handle this. We've got the tools necessary. Meanwhile, the money supply balloons and expands and bubbles are blown. Assets and equities are overvalued. Market hubris takes place. And then, of course, reality eventually sets in. The currencies become worth less and less until they are indeed worthless, and they're unable to purchase positions in precious metals. And every single time throughout history, and this dates back thousands of years, even to the times of Rome and Greece, when Gresham's law would take place, and the intrinsically valued metals, those with the coins with more metal content, would be hoarded out of existence, and the lesser valued bronze and copper coins would continue to circulate. Gold and silver always find themselves hoarded out of existence, and their prices, as reflected in the currencies of the regime, the fiat, or the debased currency circulating, they find themselves in that currency valued much higher, to the point where they soon become unobtainable, and those who hold the precious metals will not relinquish them for any amount of the less valuable and constantly being debased fiat. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's history. There really is no escape. There's no way for the United States to any longer navigate a way out of this storm. It's here. They're continuing to implement policies that are going to only make it worse. We are seeing a continuation of the norm. As we just saw last night in the discussion with Larry Summers, we now have, radical socialists, people who were themselves architects of this very economic model, stating that this is, in fact, dangerous, that there are things taking place now that are the most irresponsible in 40 years of economic policy. Bretton Woods broke down 50 years ago. It's taking a while. It's taking a little bit. This doesn't happen quickly, but it is going to happen eventually. So I would just urge you to continue looking at the numbers, looking at the facts, look at history, and realize that sound money, precious metals, will continue to rise in value. There will be ups and downs, but then again, anybody who's day trading this stuff doesn't belong here. If you're looking at the brief daily movements of precious metals, even if you're looking at the week or the semi-annual movements of precious metals, this isn't for you. We just saw the charts earlier of various hyperinflationary situations. We also saw the values of gold and silver reflected in currencies that have been debased, devalued, destroyed over time in just the last recent memory of the last decade or so. Again, this isn't a day trade. This isn't a week trade or a month trade. This isn't the year 2021 trade. This is a multi-decade trade. This takes patience. This takes holding long-term, waiting it out, and realizing the ultimate trend, the ultimate end goal, and where this is ultimately headed. Where is this ultimately headed? You have to ask yourself that. And again, it's not a pretty picture, like Professor Antal Fiat has said in the past. $10,000 gold is not a good thing. It's a very ugly time period. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Junius Maltby channel.